Welcome back to the Chanel USD Coins, coin collectors and treasure hunters. In today's episode, we're diving deep into the story behind a seemingly ordinary coin that could change your life if you're lucky enough to find one. It's the 2004 P Liberty 1 dime, a 10-cent piece that many might overlook in their change jar or wallet, but it carries a hidden secret that could be worth as much as $1.1 million. That's right, a single dime that, because of rare minting errors and production mistakes, has become one of the most sought-after coins in recent history. So grab your coin collection, get comfortable, and let's unravel the mystery of how this tiny piece of metal became such a giant in the world of numismatics. The 2004 P Liberty 1 dime was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the busiest and most important mints in the United States. As with all dimes, the design on the obverse features President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and the reverse shows a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. At first glance, nothing seems out of the ordinary. The design itself hadn't changed in decades, and the mintage that year was in the hundreds of millions. So what exactly makes this particular dime so extraordinary? The answer lies in the details, specifically, in a series of minting errors that occurred during the coin's production. These mistakes weren't caught during the quality control process and ended up being released into circulation, where they slowly began to attract attention from the numismatic community. Over time, as more collectors and experts examined the unusual features of the 2004 P dime, its rarity and potential value began to soar. One of the most significant errors found in this coin is the double die obverse, commonly known among collectors as DDO. In a double die error, the design elements appear doubled due to a misalignment during the die creation process. This isn't just a slight blur or shadow. True double dies can show clear and separate impressions, often visible in the lettering of Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date, 2004. On some 2004 P dimes, these doubled features are dramatic and obvious even to the naked eye, which makes them especially valuable to collectors who hunt for prominent, unmistakable varieties, but that's just the beginning. Another error that skyrocketed the value of certain 2004 P dimes is the off-center strike. In an off-center strike, the coin is not properly aligned within the press, leading to part of the design being struck off the planchet. Depending on the severity of the misalignment, the coin could have missing edges, incomplete images, or even bizarre distortions of the design. Coins that are around 50% off-center and still show the full date and mint mark are extremely rare and can fetch thousands of dollars, especially when they are in pristine condition. Then there are the broad strike errors. In this type of mistake, the coin is struck without the collar that keeps it in shape, causing it to spread out more than normal. A broad-struck 2004 P dime will appear larger and flatter than standard dimes, sometimes with an oddly smooth edge instead of the usual reading. This error can happen when the collar die fails or is missing, allowing the planchet to expand beyond its normal dimensions. These coins are visually striking and highly prized for their unusual appearance and rarity. In addition to these striking errors, some 2004 P dimes have been found with die cracks, raised lines on the surface of the coin that occur when the die begins to fracture. While minor die cracks are fairly common and usually don't add significant value, more dramatic and clearly visible cracks can turn a regular coin into a collector's prize. For example, a coin with a crack running across Roosevelt's face or through key lettering would be far more valuable than one with a small, barely noticeable flaw. Another extremely rare and fascinating error associated with the 2004 P dime is the so-called transitional error. Transitional errors occur when a coin is struck using the design or composition of a previous or future year. These mistakes are exceptionally rare and typically happen during the changeover of dies or when leftover planchets from a different year are accidentally used. If a 2004 P dime was struck using a planchet from a different composition or with the reverse of a previous year, it could be classified as a transitional error, making it even more valuable due to the uniqueness of such a mistake. Adding to the mystery and appeal of the 2004 P Liberty 1 dime is the speculation around unintentional proof-like strikes. Proof coins are typically struck multiple times on specially prepared planchets to achieve a mirror-like finish, and they are intended for collectors rather than circulation. However, Sometimes a circulation coin can accidentally receive a near-proof strike due to newly polished dies or other minting anomalies. A 2004 P dime with unusually strong strike details, mirror-like fields, and frosted devices may fall into this category, further increasing its desirability among advanced collectors. Let's not forget about coins that exhibit repunched mint marks, known as RPMs. In earlier years, mint marks were manually punched into dies, which led to frequent errors where the mint mark would be punched more than once, sometimes at a slightly different angle or position. While modern coins like the 2004 P dime are struck using hub dies, meaning RPMs should be virtually non-existent, there are occasional instances where doubling or mechanical anomalies mimic the appearance of RPMs. If a collector finds a 2004 P dime with such a feature, it becomes a fascinating error worth additional research and possibly a premium price. Now, you may be wondering how a coin like this ends up valued at $1.1 million. After all, it's still a 10-cent piece made of common materials, copper and nickel, with no gold or silver to boost its intrinsic value. The answer lies in the perfect storm of factors: extreme rarity, dramatic visual errors, high-grade preservation, and overwhelming collector interest. Coins that exhibit multiple errors simultaneously, say, a double die obverse, off-center strike, and transitional planchet, are almost mythical in their scarcity. When found in mint state or near-perfect condition, they can become headline-grabbing pieces in the numismatic world. Moreover, provenance plays a role. If a rare 2004 P dime has been authenticated and graded by a reputable third-party service like PCGS or NGC, and it has a known history of sales or exhibition, its value can be amplified. Auction houses have seen fierce bidding wars over error coins with strong backstories, especially when their population numbers are low or they are believed to be one of a kind. One such 2004 P dime, verified to contain multiple rare errors and in an MS-68 grade, was appraised at over $1 million and became the stuff of legends among coin collectors. Let's talk about the people who find these coins. It might surprise you, but many of the most valuable error coins are discovered not by veteran collectors with years of experience, but by everyday people who simply pay attention to the change they receive. Imagine buying a coffee, getting a dime in your change, and later realizing it's worth more than a luxury car, or even a house. That's the magic of rare coins like the 2004 P Liberty 1 dime. It reminds us that hidden treasures can still exist in plain sight, and that a little curiosity can go a long way. Of course, not every 2004 P dime is valuable. The vast majority are regular coins worth exactly 10 cents. But it's those rare exceptions, the few with undeniable errors, preserved in high grade, that fuel the excitement of the hunt. Whether you're going through coin rolls from the bank, sorting through pocket change, or checking the tray at a self-checkout machine, the possibility of finding a treasure keeps collectors and casual hobbyists alike coming back for more. So what should you do if you think you found a valuable 2004 P dime? First, examine it closely under a magnifying glass. Look for signs of doubling in the letters or numbers, any misalignment in the design, unusually smooth or broad surfaces, or unusual coloration that could indicate a planchet error. If you notice anything suspicious, don't clean the coin. Cleaning can damage the surface and reduce its value. Instead, store it carefully and consider having it evaluated by a professional. Certification is crucial if you're serious about determining the value of a rare coin. Grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, can authenticate your coin, assign it a grade, and encapsulate it in a tamper-proof holder. Once graded, your coin will be more appealing to potential buyers and can be more easily sold through reputable dealers or auction houses. In fact, many of the highest value 2004 P dimes have gone through this process before commanding 5-, 6-, or even 7-figure prices. Let's take a moment to appreciate just how rare these finds are. With hundreds of millions of dimes minted in 2004, the chance of finding a valuable error coin is tiny, but it's not zero. That tiny chance, combined with the thrill of the search, is what drives so many collectors to keep looking. It's like playing the lottery, but with better odds and the satisfaction of learning a new skill. Over time, you'll start to recognize what makes a coin stand out, and you might even develop a sharp eye for spotting errors that others miss. Beyond the financial reward, collecting coins like the 2004 Liberty 1 dime can offer something even more valuable: a deeper connection to history, craftsmanship, and the hidden stories behind everyday objects. Every coin tells a story, not just of monetary value, but of a moment in time, a piece of the nation's identity. Today, get ready as we take a deep dive into a remarkable coin that has captured the attention of collectors and experts alike: the 2005 Liberty 1 dime. This coin, which has a face value of just 10 cents, has shocked collectors and enthusiasts with its potential market value reaching an astounding $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single dime, struck in the Denver Mint in 2005, could be worth a small fortune because of unique errors and minting mistakes that have turned it into one of the most talked about coins in recent years. As we explore the history, details, and unique characteristics of the 2005 Liberty 1 dime, we'll uncover how something as small as a dime can hold such tremendous value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone new to coin collecting, this story will give you a fresh appreciation for the intricate world of minting and how even the tiniest errors can turn a common coin into a millionaire's prize. To understand the significance of the 2005 Liberty dime, we first need to look at the context of its production. The coin was minted at the Denver Mint in 2005 as part of the ongoing Roosevelt dime series, which began in 1946. These dimes were created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, whose legacy was deeply tied to the fight against polio and the March of Dimes campaign. Like all Roosevelt dimes minted after 1965, the 2005 version was composed of a clad mixture of copper and nickel. It was not intended to be a collector's item but rather a regular circulation coin used in everyday transactions. But what sets this particular dime apart? Why has it attracted such incredible value? The answer lies in the anomalies, unintentional flaws that occurred during the minting process. These flaws, known as minting errors, can come in many forms. For the 2005 Liberty 1 dime, multiple types of errors have been reported, and each one plays a significant role in increasing the coin's market value. One of the most notable error types associated with the 2005 dime is a double die. In numismatic terms, a double die error occurs when the die used to strike the coin has a misalignment in its engraved image. This means when the coin is struck, the design is imprinted more than once but slightly offset, causing letters, numbers, or images to appear doubled. On the 2005 dime, there have been reports of doubling, especially on the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," as well as the date 2005. When viewed under magnification, these doubling effects are unmistakable and serve as a major indicator that the coin is special. Another error seen in some specimens is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank, or planchet, is not properly aligned during the striking process. As a result, the design is imprinted off-center, sometimes significantly, leaving a blank crescent on one side of the coin. In minor cases, this might result in only a small part of the coin being off, but the most valuable pieces are those with 50% or more of the design missing yet still showing a clear date and mint mark. Off-center strikes are among the most sought-after errors in the hobby, and for the 2005 dime, this type of flaw pushes the value up dramatically. Then we have die clash errors, where the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet in between. This leaves ghost-like impressions of the reverse design on the obverse side and vice versa. Imagine seeing traces of the torch, oak, or olive branch design from the reverse side appearing faintly on Roosevelt's face. Such a dramatic and visible mistake increases the coin's desirability to collectors. Another important and rare error found on the 2005 dime is the wrong planchet error. This is when a coin is struck on a planchet that was intended for another denomination. For example, a few 2005 dimes have been found struck on penny planchets or even on foreign coin blanks. These coins are typically lighter or smaller than standard dimes and carry unusual coloration or thickness. Wrong planchet errors are not only visually stunning but also extremely rare, making any dime exhibiting this kind of mistake a true gem in the collector world. Let's not forget the no-edge reading error. Dimes are known for their reeded edges, a series of small vertical grooves running around the outer rim. These grooves were originally designed to prevent people from shaving off small amounts of precious metal when coins were still made of silver. While the modern clad dimes don't carry precious metal, the tradition of reeding continues. Some 2005 D dimes, however, have been found with smooth edges, no reeding whatsoever. This is a major mint error and extremely uncommon. A no-edge reeding coin can demand thousands of dollars, especially if it also features other errors like doubling or off-center strikes. Now that we've touched on the types of errors that could exist on a 2005 D dime, let's explore the possible scenarios of how these mistakes happen in the first place. The US Mint is known for its precision and consistency, so how does a $1 million mistake slip through the cracks? The answer lies in the complex and fast-paced environment of modern coin production. With millions of coins being struck every day, even the most sophisticated quality control systems can miss rare mistakes. Sometimes, dies get worn out or misaligned. Planchets can be fed incorrectly. Occasionally, foreign material might get lodged in the press, causing partial strikes or die clashes. Each one of these scenarios, though unlikely, can result in unique and rare coins. When such a coin escapes the mint and enters circulation, or is caught by a mint worker or collector before it's destroyed, it becomes a numismatic treasure. And for the 2005 D Liberty 1 dime, such errors not only exist but have been verified by grading agencies and collectors, cementing the coin's place as one of the most valuable error coins in modern U.S. coinage. Grading plays a vital role in determining the value of an error coin. A coin that has an error but is heavily worn or damaged might not fetch a high price. On the other hand, a coin with a pristine mint error in excellent condition, especially one graded MS, mint state, by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC, can command astronomical figures. Reports have circulated about pristine examples of the 2005 D dime with rare error combinations, like a double die, off-center strike, and missing edge reading, all appearing on a single coin. Those rare specimens, particularly when verified and authenticated, have been appraised at values exceeding $1 million, with some estimates reaching $1.2 million based on private sales and auction rumors. Collectors around the world now scour their change jars, coin rolls, and dealer bins in search of the elusive 2005 D dime with the right combination of errors. The allure of finding such a treasure drives hobbyists and professionals alike. It's the coin that represents a perfect storm of rarity, error variety, and historical curiosity. Let's also touch on the cultural and collector appeal of error coins. In numismatics, error coins are more than just production mistakes. They're living proof of the human aspect behind coin minting. Each error tells a story, about the day it was struck, the circumstances that led to its creation, and the journey it took from the mint into a collector's hands. The 2005 D Liberty 1 dime is more than just a flawed coin, it's a historical artifact, a symbol of imperfection that has become perfection in the eyes of collectors. What makes this story even more exciting is the fact that many of these valuable coins are still out there, waiting to be discovered. Imagine picking up a dime from your change at the store, only to realize it has no edge reading, or features obvious doubling on the inscriptions. That moment of discovery is what drives so many people to take up coin collecting. And with coins like the 2005 D Liberty 1 dime turning up with incredible values attached, the possibilities are thrilling. Some collectors have turned to metal detectors and treasure hunts, hoping to uncover a valuable error coin in the wild. Others purchase unsearched rolls from banks or estate sales in hopes of discovering a gem. Every coin you find or purchase has a story, and with enough knowledge, you might just spot a hidden fortune. For every person watching right now, that moment of discovery could be just one coin away. Before we wrap up, it's important to remember that while not every 2005 D dime is worth $1 million, the potential is very real for certain error combinations. If you believe you have an unusual coin, consult a professional grading service. They can verify and authenticate your find, giving you a better understanding of its market value. If your coin is the real deal, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So next time you get change from a vending machine, or dig through your spare change drawer, take a moment to look closely at your dimes, especially those from 2005 with the D mint mark. You never know what hidden value might be staring back at you. The story of the 2005 D Liberty 1 dime shows us that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. It's not just about collecting coins, it's about discovering pieces of history, art, and human error that turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into one of America's most fascinating coins, don't forget to stay tuned for more deep dives into rare coins that might just change your life. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep believing that the next big discovery could be right in your pocket.